Hi everyone, these are your grammar notes for chapter 2. You can find them in the grammar folder for chapter 2, and I wanted to go through and hit some of the highlights for you. Most of it's right here in these notes, but I've also included some videos that will help you out a little more. So if you scroll down in your grammar notes when you get there, the first thing you're going to see is your new terminology. Now, this is super big font, so you can see it on the video. It'll probably be smaller when you actually look in the folder, but you can make it bigger if you like. So you've got a bunch of new terminology here. The first word is accusative. Accusative case is used for direct objects in Latin. A direct object receives the action of the verb. Then you have person, number, and tense. These are all qualities of verbs because you're going to be exploring verbs in this chapter. Person tells you who's doing the action of the verb. Is it first person? That would be I or we. Second person would be you. And third person would be he, she, or it, or they. Number refers to singular or plural. You learned that in chapter 1, but it also applies to verbs and reflects how many people are doing the action. So if 2 people are doing the action, the number is plural. Tense. Latin has 6 tenses that you will learn, but in this chapter we're only doing the present tense, which takes place right now. A tense is the time the verb happens. Just like nouns come in declensions, verbs come in conjugations. A group of verbs that all works the same way is a conjugation. Latin has 4 of these. Principal parts are building blocks of the verb. If you know a verb's principal parts, you can do anything you need to do with that verb. They are listed in the vocabulary like habeo, habere, habui, habitus, and there's usually 4 of them. Some verbs only have 3. Then you have something called an infinitive. This is the second principal part of the verb, and it ends in ere, not ere, re. For example, habito, which means to live, the second principal part is habitare, ends in re. These tell you what conjugation a verb belongs to, which is a skill that you're going to have to master in chapter 3. Now, these notes go into the accusative case, and you get your accusative endings down here. Please pay attention to things that I've bolded or put in red. And then if you move on down, you have a video right here, which will help you review the nominative and help you learn the accusative. Then you get into the present tense of verbs. These are the verbs that you've seen so far. Video you may not have seen, but that's okay. You're still going to learn about it. And this is going to tell you here how to find the stem of a verb. This is super important right here, right here, right here, right here. So make sure you look at it and you maybe even write it down. Then we're going to talk about subject-verb agreement and give you some verb endings to start with. And then in addition, here's a video on the present tense of Latin verbs. After you've looked at all this, you've watched the videos, you've watched this video where I'm talking to you, you can try your grammar practice quiz. Make sure you ask me questions if you have them. Thank you. Bye.